I'm feeling low.
Hey guys, Sam Sansalone here, Wainwright Real Estate, samsansalone.com. Today's episode is about the difference between a real estate tax assessment and a real estate appraisal. I get a lot of questions about this topic because I think the words sound very similar, so it's easy to get them confused. So let me explain the difference. First of all, a real estate appraisal is conducted by a real estate appraiser to determine fair market value for a specific time for a house. So an appraiser will go out to a house, visit it, go inside, look at the inside, the condition of the materials, what's been done to it, all improvements that have been made. They'll take everything into account, and they'll also take the exterior market of the area and comparable sales to determine that fair market value for that house. So with a real estate tax assessment, this is done by the city once a year to determine the cost basis by which they're going to tax you off of for that property. So again, done once a year. Why does that matter? It matters because with a real estate appraisal, this can be done at any point in time to determine the value for that specific time for that house. With an assessment, it's done once a year, so it doesn't change the entire year. Now the city does the assessments, but they hire appraisers to do them. Now what the appraisers don't do with assessments that they do with appraisals, they don't go to the house to visit the house and look at the inside, see what improvements have been made. So they don't know what you've done to it to make the house more valuable or what may have happened to the house that make it less valuable. They're using a little bit more general approach to what they would do with an appraisal. So what that means is if you have an assessment that is $200,000, that number stays the same the entire year. If you want to go sell your house, someone could look at your assessment and say, well, I'm not paying any more than the assessment because that's what the value of the house is. Not true. Market value changes every day. Assessments don't change every day, they change once a year. So since assessments only change once a year, they don't track the differences in value changes every day like an appraisal would. And so you're getting a snapshot of one specific time. They can't take the assessed value and say that that's the value, the market value of the house, because the market changes all the time. Now, if you think that your assessment is incorrect and the value of the house is actually lower than what they're taxing you off of, well, then you can contest or appeal the tax assessment. And you can do it within about a 2-month span every year once the assessments are completed. So I'll attach links to the bottom of this video for each city so you can know how to appeal a tax assessment if you think it's incorrect. So to recap, a real estate appraisal is done by an appraiser at any point in time to determine fair market value for that specific house for that specific time. They'll get detailed, they'll look in the house to determine what improvements have been made and give you a fair market value for the house. A real estate tax assessment is conducted by the city to determine the cost basis by which they'll tax you on that property. They're going to hire appraisers to do this job, but because the appraiser does not go see the house, they're going to go on a much more broad perspective to get the tax assessment. So the tax assessment happens once a year. Real estate appraisals happen at any point in time. And so because of that, the value of the appraisal changes, whereas the assessment only changes once a year. That's it for today. My name's Sam Sansalone. Thanks for watching.
And I'm feeling low.